Something I've had to learn lately is how to quit. I don't like to leave a task half finished, whether it's a work project or a book or whatever I happen to be doing. Learning that it's okay not to finish something has been challenging for me since I have a very never give up, never back down kind of personality. I started the original Deus Ex more than 10 years ago and I never finished it. It sits in the back of my mind like that one guy on the train that keeps staring at you and doesn't look away even though you're obviously uncomfortable. He's just there, his gaze boring through you, and you can't stop thinking about him, wondering if he's high, or if he fell asleep with his eyes open, or if he's that serial killer you've always known would come for you one day. I got lost in that metaphor and forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, unfinished projects. Anyway, maybe it's just my OCD that makes me like this, but it's something I'm working on. In this case, I decided not to finish the game I played this week. Hey there, it's TigerShark here with Okano, and I have unresolved issues. So for this week I played a game called StellarGrift. It's a sci-fi first-person shooter. I'll read the Steam description. Team up as interstellar outlaws aboard a newly seized spacecraft, navigating the vast galaxy in search of fortune. Embrace the thrilling opportunity to explore uncharted worlds while fortifying your defenses against the dark forces. I played the demo for the standalone single-player expansion. The main game is on Steam in early access at time of writing, though this video will probably come out about 6 weeks from now. I'm just going to start by saying I played about an hour and finally decided I should stop. I just wasn't having enough fun to keep going. I could see the multiplayer being fun if you have a couple friends to play with, but I had too many issues with the game to enjoy it on my own. So I'll talk about the good things first. The concept is fun. It's hard to go wrong with a good outlaw story. The systems they have in place for crafting and loot and such seem decently serviceable if a little basic. Some of the UI and assets seemed similar to the game I played last week, Peepo. It's probably just an Unreal Engine thing, I guess. The planet you start on is a little barren, but kind of interesting, with giant spiders, enormous scorpions, and some kind of underground sandworms or something. There's a flying saucer flying around, but I couldn't catch up to it to see if anything would happen if I got close. There were 2 puzzles I did. The first one was a stressful Tetris game in which you have to get points in Tetris and fight off attacking robots at the same time. The second one was a matching game. When I got a match wrong, a laser started spinning around the area, making it difficult to concentrate on the matches. This is where I ended up quitting, but I'll get to the reason why later. I did think this was an interesting take on classic puzzles, though. Adding the element of stress into the basic puzzle gameplay loop was actually pretty interesting. I liked the robot companions. They were actually funny and showed personality. I couldn't tell if the voices were AI or if it was voice actors trying to sound robotic.
Do you have a problem?
In terms of story, it seems like there was a crash landing, and I had to recover some materials to get us back off the planet. That was kind of it for the beginning, at least. Maybe there's more characters and story in the full product. I don't know what the dev has planned. But you know how this goes, we have to talk about the negative things as well. The reason I finally quit was because I died on the matching game. It took me a while to get to the top of the hill the game was on, and honestly I just couldn't be bothered to make the trip again. The points of interest that you tag on your compass are all a good walk away. An addition of something like a jetpack or a hoverboard or something would have gone a long way to make it feel less like a walking simulator. The walk to get there and the enemy encounters that interrupt it just ended up being tedious. More enemy variety or just anything really to make the combat more exciting would have helped a lot. As it was just walk backwards and shoot the 4 or 5 big bugs that run at you in single file until the first one dies. Then the rest gets stuck on its body, allowing you to just stand there and shoot them. Buggy bugs. Sometimes they would just stop on their own as well and let me kill them. Another issue was I made an upgrade for my weapon, but the upgrade disappeared after a while. Not sure if that was a bug or a system I was unaware of, but the enemies are already annoyingly tanky even with the full upgrade. Also, the flash from firing the weapon is so bright. I have no idea why it's so bright. It makes it hard to see what's even happening when spamming the shoot button. The minimap was a little weird. It seemed like it lagged behind when I would turn, and it would move in weird ways, making it hard to tell what direction I was facing sometimes. Another quality of life feature that bugged me about some other games as well recently, I think Peepo was one of them, but I don't remember now. Pressing escape doesn't close the inventory. It opens the pause menu, although this game doesn't pause. Just let me press escape to close any window that's open. It's muscle memory, for me at least. Anyway, I don't have a lot else to say. It's a demo and the main game is in early access. Everything I've talked about could be completely different by the time this video is live for all I know. I try to put these reviews together about 6 weeks in advance. For reference, I'm recording this voiceover the same time I did the Brotato video. Honestly, I just found myself not having a lot of fun with this one. I think it could be fun with friends, and with some changes, the single player could be fun as well. But as it is, I'm just not even going to finish the demo. Maybe if it gets more polished, I'll try again. But until then, that's all for this one, and as always, I hope you have a spectacular day. And remember, just because you've started something doesn't necessarily mean you're committed to it. The sunk cost fallacy is real, and you don't want to be wasting time on something that's not beneficial to you. Take care of yourselves, and remember, life is short.